Hey guys, Laura here from the Detox Market, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information on how long your products are good for and some great ways to store them so that they have a wonderful life in your bathroom. People are always asking us, do natural beauty products have the same longevity as conventional beauty products? And quite often they do. Anything from beauty products to skincare, as long as you're good to them, they'll be good to you. The best way to know if something's gone off is smell. If you take a whiff of it and it just does not smell like it did when you opened it, it's a good indication that it's turned. Texture and consistency is a key way to know too if a product has gone bad. If it's a little more jelly, if the oil has separated, that's always a good indication. And also color as well. If you can actually open up the product, take a look, if something's gone a little darker, if something's changed to a different color, it's a pretty good indication that you shouldn't put it onto your face. It's probably time to replace it. The bottles themselves have a good way of letting you know how fresh the product is and when you should use it by. And there's a couple key things to think about here. I've got a selection of beauty and skincare in front of me. The one thing that we're all used to seeing is on the bottom of a bottle or a box is the little beauty product that has the month indicator in there. So it could say 6 months, it could say 12 months. That's a good way of knowing when that product will expire. So you should use it within 6, 12, 18, 24 months, whatever is listed on the product. The one good thing that I can say about the products that we sell in store and for us as a company is the products are generally made in very small batches. So when we're ordering from the vendor, we know that it's coming to us pretty much freshly made. So it's not sitting at a shelf in a warehouse for years and years and years. It's really coming to us as fresh as possible. We're also ordering quite often as well too. So we don't want inventory to sit on our shelves for a long time. We want to make sure the product is getting to you as fresh as possible. So when you look at the number that's on the back of the bottle, use that as a good indication as to when to use the product by. So if it says good for 6 months, you'll know that that product will be as active and as effective as possible within that 6 months. It might last you a little bit longer. It could last 8 to 12 months, depends, but just keep an eye on the smell, the consistency, and the color. Some products, like May Lindstrom for example, they'll actually have the batch date on there as to when it was made. Some brands want you to use the product as fresh as possible. So that's a good indication for you to know specifically when that product was actually made. It might last a lot longer, but again, you want to use it as fresh as possible. It's going to be as most beneficial at that point. Some products, for example, this Vapor Foundation here, it even has a shelf life of up to 18 months. And for some skincare, people are like, oh, that's a little long. But the thing is there's a lot of great natural preservatives in organic and natural skincare. Vitamin E is a great one. Rosemary extract's another great one. Essential oils can really be self-preserving. As long as you store them properly, you know that you're really going to get good use out of a product. Some key ways of storing your product for sure. First is definitely keep it out of heat and direct sunlight. So if you're having steamy showers all the time, let's say you're going on a road trip, you're leaving your makeup bag in the car, this for sure is going to damage the product. It's definitely going to break down the nutrients and the preservatives in the product. So you really want to avoid that. Keeping it in a room temperature room, out of direct sunlight is really the best way to go. You could also pick up or purchase a selection of our products. For example, Audacity and May Lindstrom's products come in the Myron glass. And the Myron glass, it's an ultraviolet blue glass. It's kind of hard to see here, but if you look deep inside to the glass, you can see it has this beautiful blue color to it. And bottles like this are so protective for the product on the inside that it actually only allows one strand of UV light to penetrate through. So it's really, really, really protective. So if you have a bunch of clear bottled skincare in your bathroom at home is, try to evaluate how long it's been sitting on your shelf for, because it might not be as good as it used to be when you first purchased it. There's other things to keep in mind as well. For example, the difference between something that comes in a pump bottle. Something like this will have much less oxidization. That's something that might come in, for example, a pot. Something like this. This here will definitely have more exposure, a little bit more oxidization. So that's something to definitely be aware of. How you remove the product as well, especially if it doesn't come in a pump format like this. You really want to avoid touching with your fingers. Your fingers will have bacteria, germs on them. So wiping it into the product is going to add to that for sure. So get a little scoop, get a popsicle stick. That's really going to keep your product long lasting. The other thing too is if your skincare product has water in it, water needs a preservative. So if you're keeping something in the shower, if you're using something with water, you're definitely going to want to be mindful of that as well. Things like makeup, mascara, lipsticks, they really are going to last equally as long as your conventional products. You're going to want to rotate your mascara every 3 to 4 months for sure. It's super close to your eye area, which is so delicate, it's so sensitive. Really make sure that you are rotating that product out. Things like lipstick. Our lipsticks are filled with different oils, and oils will turn, they will go bad. So definitely, again, keep an eye on the smell, especially if it's a pot lip product. You're going to want to make sure that you are keeping your fingers clean before you put it in, or use a lip brush to get the product out. But yeah, that's kind of some tips and tricks and what I can suggest for keeping your products clean, healthy, and really healthy for your body. That's the biggest thing at the end of it. If you don't know how long it's been in your bathroom, for sure make sure that you head on over to our website or in store, and we'll give you a hand replacing it. If you have any questions, feel free to email us hello@thedetoxmarket.com. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any comments or questions, you can write below.